We're losing. Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
Before scene footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me.
It shows you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah.
One thing you never want in this life is pressure coming from 50 Cent, because when Curtis locks onto a feud, he treats it like a full-time mission with no expiration date. He doesn't just argue, he builds a whole storyline around whoever he's aiming at. And people joke that if you're not out here putting together a full documentary on your rival, then you're not even playing his level of the game. For nearly 2 decades, 50's been stacking moments tied to Diddy, keeping notes like someone who enjoys letting the tension sit before flipping the switch. Fans say he's been cooking this situation for years, watching from the background, waiting for the perfect moment to make something explode. And now that moment finally hit with real force. Curtis didn't just drop a hint, he dropped something that shook the room. 50's new documentary about Diddy just hit the internet, and people are shocked at how he managed to get footage connected to Diddy's last big public appearances before his legal headlines pushed him out of the spotlight. Nobody expected 50 to pull off a rollout this bold. But honestly, this is exactly the kind of dramatic move folks claim he's been preparing for since the mixtape era. And judging by the way he's moving online, he's clearly enjoying every second of the noise and reaction it's stirring up.
Sean Combs watches this. What do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's gonna say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long.
Meanwhile, Diddy is reportedly trying to handle everything from behind closed doors, unable to slow down how fast this documentary is spreading, and the pressure is hitting him hard as his team scrambles to respond. Word is, he's venting at his legal squad while they rush to figure out their next move, insisting the project shouldn't be out in the public at all. His lawyers quickly released a statement calling the documentary unauthorized, and even made attempts to persuade major streaming platforms like Netflix to take it down. They're pushing back heavy, arguing the footage wasn't meant to be online, but the internet is moving way faster than any complaint they can file. Meanwhile, 50 is out here laughing like he planned this whole storyline years in advance, fully aware that streaming platforms keep working with him because controversy practically follows him like a shadow. Curtis knows the business of beef better than almost anyone. He turns every rivalry into a profitable moment without even breaking a sweat. Some fans still joke that maybe Diddy should have never taken 50 on that famous shopping trip back in the day, because ever since then, it feels like 50 locked onto him with a symbolic grip. Almost like that moment sparked something, and Curtis never lifted his foot off the gas. Not once, not for a second. Now 50 Cent has teamed up with director Alexandra Stapleton to release a 4-part documentary series titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning. And this project is packed with footage the public has never seen before. Material captured in the days leading up to Diddy's major legal situation in New York City back in September 2024. The series is already sending shockwaves through the internet, and viewers can't believe how deep some of these clips appear to go. The collaboration alone threw people off, because nobody expected 50 to come through with a full cinematic breakdown like this, and the way he rolled it out had everyone stunned. The docuseries premiered on Netflix on December 2nd, loaded with exclusive scenes that appear to show Diddy on the phone, going back and forth with his legal team, trying to figure out strategy and pushing them to bring in someone who could handle heavy, high-level business moves. People walked away from those scenes feeling like Diddy knew the situation wasn't simple at all. And a lot of viewers started speculating that he sensed things were about to shift in a serious way. You can practically feel the pressure through the screen because the footage makes it look like he's struggling to pull together any plan that might calm the storm around him. He's tossing out ideas nonstop, switching directions, trying to approach the problem from every angle he can think of, and the tension in those clips is impossible to miss. The whole moment feels like someone trying to hold up a wall that's already cracking, doing everything possible to stop it from collapsing. Then there's another scene viewers keep replaying, Diddy walking through Harlem, doing that man of the people routine. He's hugging folks, shaking hands, smiling like he's everyone's favorite neighbor, really leaning into that hometown hero energy with full confidence. But the second he steps into his car, he immediately asks for hand sanitizer, and that shift hits completely different. According to 50, that moment shows the contrast between Diddy's public charm and private distance. He says it's the classic switch between mask on and mask off, performing for the cameras and then slipping right back into his bubble the moment they cut. And when 50 was asked if this whole project was just him trying to settle an old grudge, he shut that down right away. He said his real mission is to make it clear that the hip-hop community doesn't stand behind the behavior Diddy is being accused of, and he wants that message to be loud, sharp, and impossible to spin into something else. Then he pushed things even further and threw shade at the industry folks who are staying quiet, acting like they don't see anything while everything plays out right in front of them.
Person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
Went away.
Got in the
car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it should show you his character.
was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on.
And honestly, 50 isn't exaggerating with that point. He's not exposing Diddy in the sense of dropping brand new information. Everything connected to Diddy's case was already made public during the trial, and the world heard those details straight from the courtroom. Diddy has already been sentenced, so nothing in this documentary changes what he's facing now. All the facts were out there long before 50 released this project, so this isn't about uncovering hidden files or rewriting history. What 50 is calling out is the industry's selective silence, and that part hits heavy. His message is that when major figures pretend they didn't see or hear anything, it sends the wrong signal, like the hip-hop community is comfortable ignoring situations that should never be brushed off. He's pointing at that quiet approval, that backstage shrug, making it clear he's not letting the conversation fade just because it makes people uncomfortable. That's the pressure point he's pushing. The idea that silence at the wrong time says more than words. And people can say whatever they want about 50, call him over the top, or accuse him of loving the drama. But one thing stands out. He's never been tied to any serious misconduct, never connected to anything inappropriate, and that clean record gives extra weight to the stance he's taking right now. That's exactly why his voice in this moment hits harder than most. Meanwhile, a lot of rappers and industry power players who stayed close to Diddy for years are choosing complete silence. And fans feel like that silence makes them look unsure, uncomfortable, or unwilling to distance themselves from situations that should have been addressed a long time ago. And let's keep it honest. 50 can repeat all day that this isn't personal, but anyone who knows his track record understands how he moves. With him, almost every feud eventually turns personal.
Pop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that.
Curtis treats grudges like something he locks in a vault, letting them age, letting them sharpen, and only pulling them out when the timing hits the hardest. Once you land on his bad side, there's no round-trip ticket back to peace, and he makes sure everyone sees that every single time. So, yeah, this situation is personal for him, no doubt. But at the same time, he deserves credit for being one of the few people in the industry who spoke up about Diddy's behavior long before anyone else had the guts to say a word. He was pointing things out when the room went quiet, when people laughed it off, ignored it, or called him a hater just trying to stir the pot. But a lot of the things 50 hinted at ended up lining up with what later became public, and fans haven't forgotten that. So is 50 gloating right now? Of course he is. And honestly, can you blame him? Back in the day, when he joked about Diddy taking men shopping or acting off in certain situations, people rolled their eyes, said he was being dramatic, or claimed he was obsessed. Now those same folks are suddenly acting like they always felt something was off, even though they were clowning him the loudest when he first spoke on it. The whole narrative flipped, and 50 is watching it unfold like he wrote the script years ago. With everything that's come out recently, fans are revisiting those old moments with a completely different mindset, and the energy hits way different now. And you already know 50 is enjoying every second of it, because this is exactly the type of moment he's been waiting to cash in on. Just look at how he reacted when someone asked what he thought Diddy would do after seeing the documentary. Curtis didn't hesitate. He said he knew Diddy would lose his cool the moment he heard the project even existed. And the wild part? He didn't have to wait long before Diddy's reaction finally hit the surface. According to CNN, Diddy's legal team has already fired off a cease and desist letter to Netflix, arguing that 50's docuseries includes footage they claim was never cleared for release. In their statement to CNN, Diddy's spokesperson Judah Engelmeyer called the project a shameful hit piece, insisting that Netflix used material his camp says was never meant for the public. They're accusing the platform of pushing out private clips, and now the whole situation is turning into a legal back and forth with real weight behind it. And here's the detail that sent social media into a frenzy. Before Judah Engelmeyer worked with Diddy, he reportedly served as the spokesperson for Harvey Weinstein. The moment that connection surfaced, the internet lit up instantly. Even though the situations aren't related, that one detail poured gasoline on an already loud conversation, sparking non-stop debate across every platform. Judah told CNN that Diddy has been documenting his life for decades, filming everything with the intention of eventually creating his own official documentary. According to him, the footage shown in 50's series was part of that private archive, material that was supposed to stay inside Diddy's circle until he chose to release it. Judah insisted that Sean has been building this personal documentary since he was 19, and he claims the clips used in 50's project were originally created for that long-term vision, not for anyone else's production. He's painting it like this footage was never meant to be touched, let alone dropped into a docuseries created by someone Diddy has had tension with for years. But Netflix isn't backing down. Their spokesperson told CNN that director Alexandra Stapleton obtained every piece of footage through legitimate, fully legal channels, and they're standing on that with zero hesitation. Meanwhile, Diddy's team is fired up, and their cease and desist letter makes that obvious. His lawyers warned Netflix that Diddy has never hesitated to take legal action when he believes his rights are being crossed, and they made it clear he wouldn't think twice about doing the same here. It was basically a legal warning shot fired with full force, and the letter didn't stop there. Diddy's lawyers also questioned why Netflix would even team up with 50 Cent in the first place. They labeled 50 as a longtime rival with a personal agenda, saying he spent years taking shots at Sean through jokes, interviews, and non-stop online jabs. Vendetta or not, 50 Cent is soaking up every bit of the spotlight right now, still trolling Diddy on Instagram like it's a sport he's perfected. He even posted a clip from his Good Morning America interview, where they asked him directly about the feud, and his caption had the whole internet buzzing. He wrote, "One feud, I put 2 of his kids in my scripted TV shows." That line hit the timeline like a siren because he dropped it with full confidence, making it clear he doesn't view this situation the same way the public does. To him, it's just another chapter in a storyline he's been steering for years. "I just didn't like him. He said some off-energy stuff to me and I didn't vibe with it," 50 said. And that comment lit the internet up instantly. It showed just how long he's been carrying this tension and how personal some of these moments still feel to him. Meanwhile, Diddy is dealing with everything from behind bars, with almost no control over how massive this documentary has become or how fast it's spreading across every platform. The rollout is moving on its own now, and he can't slow it down. Whether people agree with 50's methods or think he's pushing the envelope, one thing is clear. He walked away with all the momentum. He's moving like this is a full victory lap, riding the wave of attention with zero hesitation. But not everyone online is cheering. Some voices are saying 50 should have thought about how this doc might hit Diddy's kids emotionally, especially his daughters. Seeing their father talked about on such a huge stage, with this level of intensity, could be a lot for them to carry. The debate keeps getting louder, with fans arguing over whether 50 crossed a moral line, or if he's simply telling a story that was going to surface sooner or later, no matter who delivered it. But here's where the convo really splits. A lot of people saying, "Think about the kids," are ignoring the bigger picture. The truth is, when high-profile adults end up in public situations, their families feel the impact regardless of who reports on it. That weight doesn't come from the documentary itself. It comes from the circumstances that put the story on Front Street in the first place. 50 didn't create this situation. He reacted to something that was already out there, widely known, heavily covered, and discussed everywhere long before his doc ever dropped. Instead of dealing with the fallout he's facing now, things could have gone a whole different direction if certain choices were made earlier. Because you can't throw a rock, hide your hand, and then expect the world to protect your image once the truth starts catching up. That's just not how things work in the real world, and everybody's watching that lesson unfold in real time. Now I want to hear what you think about this whole documentary situation. Did you already dive into it, or are you saving it for the weekend so you can binge everything without missing a beat? What's your take? Is 50 pushing it and tapping into his classic petty mode, or is he one of the few in the industry bold enough to call things out exactly as they show up? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this convo is getting real. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share the video with someone who needs the update, and keep the discussion moving. And if you're rocking with this breakdown, don't forget to show love to MicTrip. Like, subscribe, share, and comment to help the channel grow. See you in the next one.